We live? Yes, we are live. People, Deluded, I'm back again. Thank you very much for tuning back in each and every time. Where's my manners? Good morning to those of you in the UK. Good morning to those of you anyways, because it's morning over here. It's 11 a.m. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and obviously good night, depending on who you are, wherever you are. Now, we're going to need some energy, people. It's Friday, it's 24 hours or so. Not exactly, but 24 hours until Arsenal play. We'll deal with the Burnley game then. I hope you're all going to join me for my watch along. Information is in the live chat, people. I've pinned the message somewhere. In fact, shortly after this live stream, I'm going into another live stream where we'll talk about a player I want. I'm going to call him TK because I can't pronounce his name. Obviously, like I said, it's watch along business tomorrow. There's actually reaction. So I'd appreciate, even if you're not going to be there, you hit the like button, open up another tab and do such. It gets the awareness out there. Big up all the members, them, I see all my members, them. The only exception in the comments, in the chat, are the moderators. Omar's going to be doing up moderator, and the rest of them, I hope they're on their task. I love to do Q&As. I love to do member Q&As because it means the world that you lot depart with your hard-earned money because you believe in this thing. There's not many of you. There's 50 odd, but it might as well be 50,000. I rate all of you lot, people. And, it's nice. And I know I do a couple of other bits and pieces on videos that, the general public don't see because it's exclusive to members only, little bits and pieces. But yeah, long story short, I've asked you guys for your questions. Might as well get into it, see how long we're here for. However long we're here for is however long we're here for, really and truly, people. Big up the members, like I said. M is in every live stream, and I really appreciate you. There's a couple of you. If I ever blew, a couple of you need to get sent Ace of Spades bottles to your yard. You're one of them. One is one of them. Omar, I don't know how I get it over to Kenya, and I think you don't even drink for religious reasons, but just frame it up or give it to someone. Did it? You deserve one. Quite a few people deserve one, really and truly. But yeah, Live from Planet X would definitely be getting one. Oosh, for the Canadian ones, would be getting one. But yeah, big up yourself, Peter. It's messages like this that make it worthwhile, my guy, to know that, when I wake up, when I, do the tags, do the thumbnail and all of this, when we get through all of that and chew through the fat, there's people like you that are ready, willing, and, you're looking forward to it. So it means a lot, man. It really means a lot. You lot, I don't think I'm just saying that for show. You lot really give man motivation. Like there's sometimes I think, is it worth it? Is it this? Is it that? Like I'm having a hard time, exclusive news. I'm having a hard time dealing with brands because they're taking the piss out of man. Half the time I'm thinking, is it worth it? I'll see little messages from Peter and people like that, and not even the people in general. And it just keeps man going, keeps man ticking over in things. And I can't pull into words what that means, people. So big up yourselves. However long we're here for. Once again, 12:30 is my next live stream. After that, we're holding off until tomorrow. And then, yeah, we got the live reaction and the Burnley games. And, probably Sunday, maybe Monday, we'll tactically review the game. Probably Sunday. I'm trying to get a Man United City watch along. I think that's a opportunity to bag a couple views. But if I don't, I'll probably do, I think Chelsea Everton's on Monday. I'm definitely going to do one of the Champions League games. Obviously, we're playing Thursday, so you can't get rid of me. If you like, man, then that's great. If you don't, it is what it is. And for those of you that have a problem, yes, I am wearing a PSG tracksuit. Allow me, people. I'm on my Kylian Mbappe Neymar thing. It's a foreign club, so it doesn't matter. But big up everybody locked in. And I'm going to get into the questions a bit. Hey, members, keep your questions coming in the comment section. Keep the thing flowing. Don't be scared. Don't pet. Big up yourself, River, as well, for joining the gang as well. Big up the Twitch gang as well. I'm not too sure, you must be a moderator as well. Big up Twitch. But yeah, let's get into it. Like I said, members, keep your questions flowing. Anything that comes to the dome, shoot that one off, any one of you. But I'm going to get into the questions you've actually asked me. And you can see I watch my own live streams on my phone. But, it's been a minute since I've done a Q&A. I've almost forgot how to do these things, people. I think everyone has PSG chip 100. I need to get the pink shirt, people. My birthday's in April still. My birthday's in April, people. So any of you that want to get, man, that pink PSG shirt, just throwing that one out there. You get it, people. Just throwing that one out there. So big up yourselves, people. Big up yourselves. But yeah, let me find you lot's questions. I asked you, I give you lot so long to get your questions in as well, people. I give you lot time and time again. I even look at my latest post to members only said, members, please do not forget your questions. Only 24 hours left. So yeah, man. Big up the Twitch gang. I see you lot in. Twitch. I don't know why you lot are there, but exclusive to YouTube. It is what it is. Unfortunately, You know, rather unfortunately, you know, I'm only going to answer the members them. So let's start with TW, another one that's older Ace of Space. He says, what's your thoughts on Ivan Toney? Is he someone you would like to see at Arsenal? Now, I've spoken about Ivan Toney for a while now. You know, I've spoken about him at Brentford. He's obviously scoring goals. You know, I've known a bit about him. For me, I really started to take him into that sort of level at Peterborough. I know he's previously been at Newcastle and before that Northampton, and I was preing him then, but before that I didn't really think much of him like that. You get what I'm saying, people. But since he's gone to Peterborough, for me, he's made a real name for himself. He's picked up where he's left off for Brentford. And bro, Brentford now to make this money, you know, they got Ivan Toney for, I assume, a respectable fee. You know, Ollie Watkins, they sold for big money. Ben Rama, loaned, but going to go for big money. Ivan Toney of the same ilk. Ironically, Newcastle are struggling for goals, and you've got Adam Armstrong and Ivan Toney, two former players, doing quite well in that regard below them. So I do rate him. Don't think he had the best of games against Spurs in the Cup. Me personally, I wouldn't mind if he came to Arsenal, but I would probably pass for that 30 million. I'd rather do other things. So I wouldn't necessarily say I'd be against him joining Arsenal, my guy, but I wouldn't necessarily be for it, if that makes sense, really and truly. But he is a good player, and you know, apparently he's going to play for the Jamaican national team, or potentially could be. So you know, the minute he gets his JA passport, forget about what I just said. He becomes the best in the league, along with Wes Morgan, best centre half in the Premier League. Koscielny could never. But yeah, that's what I've got to say. Dilly has said, backup left backs we can get in the summer. Any you're keen on? My first thing would be, I can't say his name. I spoke about him in a video to come out. It's Adrian something. He plays for Rennes. In fact, I can find his name for you if you give me a second. But I like what I've seen from that 19-year-old Belgium international in the little occasions. I wouldn't mind Luke Nets. There's a couple still. I wouldn't actually mind. Do you know who I wouldn't mind? And I said that you have heard me say it before. I'll go with a different one. You see Fulham. That Robertson, the USA international, I think he's decent. He could be a decent backup, really and truly. If Newcastle go down, then I'm inquiring about Jamal Lewis, really and truly. I'm trying to find this Ren's Donny's name, though, man. There it is, Adrian Truffant. I can't say, you know me, I can't do pronunciations, but I've got a vid. I'm sure the video is scheduled to come out later today, people. Let me turn off the sound because transfer market love a good old pop-up. This Donny, people. This Donny, I wouldn't mind having a look at him, people, really and truly. So that would be it. But Luke Nets would be the first. Saying that Luke Nets is 17. He's gonna have to learn a lot of tricks and trades of the game, people. So that's that, my guy. Big up yourself, Dilly. Emma said, who do you see us getting as a number 10, especially if we don't make Ceballos or Odegaard permanent? My guy, I want to sit here and say, man, need the Aouar and all of these names, but I don't know, truthfully, man, you know. Again, I'm not going to lie, with Smith Rowe's emergence, and maybe if we can get Odegaard for another season, focusing more, my dude, on Smith Rowe, I think, not that we don't need a 10 or I'm open to it, I think that's made me personally double down more on an 8, whether that's a number 8, a box-to-box, these sort of things there, than a traditional 10. So I would like that to be the case. I'm going to speak about this in another live stream, but it's a player that's been linked with us before, and a lot of you know all about, people. I can't say his name, so I'm just going to call man TK. I could try, you know, Coop Miners. I can't say his name, but this 23-year-old can play as a box-to-box man, can do the deep lying. I think he's got the physical capabilities to deal with the Premier League. He's obviously very good on the football as well. Like I said, next live stream at 12:30. Make sure you're all there. Open up your other tabs now, people, and make sure you're liking that. This is who I would look for as well. We've been linked with him before. He's been linked with United. I think there's a player there. Do you get what I'm saying? He can score goals as well. You know, he's captain at 23 years of age. He's got the mentality. This is someone I would like. So if I don't really think Ceballos is I think for me, Odegaard's of more relevance, because I think Ceballos, ironically, yeah, he can play as a 10, be a deep lion, but you're box to box for me. You know, you're a different sort of box to box. But Ceballos has just shown me a box to box. He's not going to be known for defensive, but he's on trying to win the ball back and all of those sort of things and them things there. I would rather go for Coop Miners and get Odegaard on a permanent or another loan than pursue Ceballos, because apparently the guy I just showed you, TK, that his team are saying 30 million euros. Forgive me if I'm wrong, but did we not hear reports about Ceballos 22? No disrespect to Ceballos, but I'd rather find another 7-8 million and do this thing for this Donny here. Plus, I like the nickname TK, man. We all know some guys on the roads called TK. It's a very good name, innit? But yeah, that's what I'm saying, my guy, really. Sarah, they said, okay, why are fans so fickle-minded these days? For a bunch of reasons, man. For a bunch of reasons, fans are fickle, you know. Fans, I'd say we live in a day and age where it's just agendas now. It's just agendas. It's like let's take Arteta, a man who I'm gonna get to in a bit, you know. I don't think it's right or wrong. I don't think it's wrong to say, oh, I don't believe in Arteta. But if he shows you something to believe in, fair play. I don't think it's wrong to say, oh, I don't think he's the guy. The problem now is, you know, you've got to live or die by that sword. Nobody wants to be wrong. And for me, I get it right. A lot of the time, I get it wrong even more. I'm just a student of the game. I love football. My opinions isn't facts and neither is anybody's. And that's where I think it is. And I just think football fans, maybe because a lot of teams aren't performing well, we just live day to day. It's like, you can't apply balance. It's like I can't sit here and say, oh, it was great to turn around against Leicester, but we should have done this better. And then when I paint a piece of the puzzle, when you look at the Leeds and the other games, I think people have an inability to praise on one hand, critique and consider the whole collective. That's it for me, really and truly. Live from Planet X has popped up and said, would you rather a Jack Wilshere without injuries in his career or a Theo Walcott with positioning and end product? Oof. Good question. Madness. Theo with positioning and an end product, proper end product. Like I assume you mean proper decision making and them thing there. Theo Walcott be unstoppable. He'd be an easy 20 league goal winger and stuff like that if he could finish and had a brain like that. But Wilshere without injuries, you know. You got the Grealishes, you got the Foldens, you got these guys there, you know. If Jack Wilshere never got them injuries, he would be the viewpoint. So I'm biased in it. Like Jack Wilshere's something else. Like Jack Wilshere holds a special place, footballing sense in my heart. I'm gonna say Jack Wilshere because again, you know, he had it all. You know, you know what Jack Wilshere is on. It would be Jack Wilshere for me. But I'm not gonna sit here and lie, my dude. Thinking about it, it's a closer question than I thought when I initially read it. You know, my heart is saying Wilshere, my brain is saying Wilshere, but then again, Theo Walcott that could get 20 league goals consistently. My word, what a player that would be. That would be fairly decent, wouldn't it? Really and truly. Big up River Wild and Ollie for also becoming members. I see. Don't forget to get your questions in. I'm happy that you're here, my dude. And you're right, DG Nation's growing and them things. Live from Planet X has also said, if you could have Mbappe or Haaland at Arsenal, who you taking? Bro, what's wrong with you? What's with these difficult questions? It's a tough one because let me start with Haaland. Yeah, I feel people underrate Haaland, not in the sense of everyone can see he's a quality player, but they just have a man down as goals. Now that's good because as a striker, you're gonna live or die by them goals. Literally, as especially as he goes to, you know, Real Madrid and all of these teams he's been linked with. But I think people make out that this guy just stands in the box. Bro, he's got very good link-up play, you know. The way he runs as well, he gallops, but he never breaks stride. How many men have you seen as tall as that and as quick as that? They're not running coordinated. They look like a duck out of water. That man is a cyborg, you know. He's, bro, in the same way, I think Mbappe, God said to you, Saka and Foden, obviously more to a degree, Mbappe, they're just certain man that were destined to play football, innit? Like, I just think Mbappe God just said, you're playing football, innit? Like, this is your destiny. You're going to be, you don't even know what sort of things you're going to achieve in football. Haaland, I think he was just designed in a lab, or, you know, he was taken as a young kid to the mountains and it was just football. Forget education. It's just football because he's a cyborg. There's two elite players, man. Two elite players. I would say Mbappe, though. I mean, come on, man. The French ties. I'm already biased to Mbappe. You know me. I was watching it. Listen, I was watching him before he broke out. I did not say once or see that he could, and he could be good, but not to this level. So I've got a bit of an allegiance with Mbappe, obviously Arsenal and the French ties. Bro, I've got the PSG thing on as well. Bro, Mbappe, without a doubt, man. Without a doubt, that's going to be one for the we tried. So, yeah, man. So, mad difficult question, but there you go, my guy, man. There you go. Keep them coming, my dude, man. Keep them coming, my dude. Love for that, the opinionated Guna. How do you become one? Simply put, my dude, just check out the thingy, boy. Just check it. It should say join under the video. That's what you do there, my dude. So yeah, love for the super chat regardless. Bro, Mbappe would be wavy. Imagine the movement, the finishing on the left. But listen, Haaland is a madman. Imagine Haaland. You know, imagine Haaland's making his own goals at Arsenal as well. But to be fair, you know, I just think Mbappe would be something. That'd be the closest thing a guy had to Henry. That's why there's a lot of bias to that one there. You know, this is it. Theo did bag a couple of seasons. Let me not disrespect Theo Walcott. He had a couple good years where he was moving mad. Do you remember that season where it ended with him taking a mick out of Spurs? That might have been the same year as trying to sign the deal. There was a couple good seasons from Theo, and I think he was definitely a better player than people give him credit for. Definitely more of a success than people make out. But, you know, for years, Theo, 1 minute striker, then this, then that, where and on the field he had problems. But if he had consistently, like Live from Planet X said, you know, the positioning and the goal spot on, then for me, bro, it'd be a madness. He'd absolute madness. One thing I'll give Theo is that movement, though. When he made that run, and do you know what? Do you know my best Theo Walcott performance? There's probably Bear. You know, to be fair, he played well against Barca. It'd be that Liverpool one in the champs, but Theo used to be on side. And I think what harmed Theo is trying to be a striker. If you just done up the winger thing, it's cool. Like even at Everton, 1 minute he's striker, then he's not. The same at Southampton. So that's that, man. Big up Sky to Rush. You have said, do you think it's a higher chance that the Kroenke family are willing to select I think you mean sell Arsenal to Dangote this summer due to convinced solution, or do you think we are shrewd for another decade? I'm not quite sure on the terminology used on the question, but if you're simply asking me, my dude, do we think we're gonna sell to Dangote or hold? I don't know, man, because the more Arsenal keep underperforming and as a direct result, it starts harming the balance sheets, then the bit by bit, Arsenal in theory should become less attractive. But, you know, he's been here in worse times, kind of. I say worse times. We were in Champions League when our team was poor. I don't think he's moving. This is a family heirloom, really, really and truly. So I do think we're here for another while. Money talks. I just think Dangote does a lot of talking and he has the money to back it up. Go and put the money on the table. But I think that one there is a myth. Personally, pardon me, Bella, forgive me for mispronunciations, Bell, you said anyways, do you think we should employ Bayern Munich and Borussia Dortmund system in which they buy young players and build them up to achieve their potential while occasionally buying big money players? Well, of course. Well, I think they're a bit different in that Bayern Munich, I wouldn't say they necessarily were always going for young players, but the Dortmund model is something we should be going for. The Dortmund, the Stuttgarts, the Lyons, all of these sort of things. Now, obviously, Arsenal at a disadvantage because on the worst of days in England, it's difficult to get work permits, much less with Brexit laws in place. So obviously that goes against us. So we either have to set up an affiliate club in Holland or somewhere to deal with that or whatever. But I do think we've got to do that because we can't go toe-to-toe for established names. If we can get players in before they have that breakout, then obviously it can be sold on for profit or help us, you know, because arguably, you know, back in the days when we had Wenger with the hookup in the champion, well, it had the hookup all over Europe and had contacts everywhere. Now everybody knows everybody. Everyone knows every player, and that's a gift and a curse. You know, if we find this Arsenal clubs are probably doing this, bro, and I would do the same. If there's but let's just say there's a 20-year-old midfielder that I have never watched before, but my people them in the game have said, yo, City are looking at him, this team are looking at him, that team. I'm just gonna look over there just because their man are looking at him. You know, even if the scouts are telling me my man is not good, I'm gonna go over there just because their man are looking. That's where we're at. So one thing that needs to get us is we need to identify and get deals early. And I'd move your question on a bit. I'd say finding talent is a problem at Arsenal, but it's not necessarily a problem at Arsenal. Confirming deals, getting deals done. We've sat on our hands too much. Mahrez, Kante, many different examples. We've sat on our hands really and truly. So I'd say getting deals done, moving early. And it's like for a number of years, let's just say, Joe Bloggs is, you know, we need a midfielder. We find Joe Bloggs, you know, 25 years of age, gets goals, gets assists, does all of this, you know, the fee is decent. Everything just need to get over the line. We'll sit on our hands and then we'll say, cool, there's Joe Bloggs there, but Stephen White is over there, and then this guy is there, and then before you know it, you're not getting nothing really and truly. So I would say that really and truly. I don't think it's as simple as that one. You can, but from a footballing point of view, it's not quite that simple when you consider the logistics. You can get that in motor, but you're going to need to house the person somewhere. And there's also, you know, literally it's football, but it's in terms of your job as well. So you've got to prove several sort of things. But you're right. Jay has said, how soon would you offer Saka an improved contract? Personally, I'd offer it to him at the end of the season. I'd say within the next 12 to 18 months, he needs a new deal just because you meant to reward a man for playing well, really and truly. And since he signed that deal, Not only does he deserve more than 30k a week, not that I care about what a man gets or doesn't get, his stature has rise. So his agent should be sitting there and saying, yo, listen, he's England now. He's gone from being a young, promising player to he's a first name on the team sheet sort of thing. You got to look after him. And we all know the same person that has Bukayo Saka's best interest, allegedly as an agent, also has Thingy, Balogun and Eddie and Reece Nelson. So we're in a difficult decision in that regards, people. So make of that what you will. Big up yourself, Paul. Paul Murphy has said, just wanted to know your thoughts. If we don't win the Europa League, we don't make Champions League. I personally think that not making the Europa League could be better than playing in it. If we don't, we'll be playing on average 1 game a week, so we won't need major investment as we'll get away with a smaller squad, with a smaller but beefier squad. We'll have a better chance of top 4 next season. Paul, I get it. 100%. You're making sense in what you're saying, but I think, not that that's wrong, I disagree. Because you mentioned smaller squad, that's great for a season, but we need to make decisions that, as like you said, help us for a year, but our impacts in terms of bringing people in, we need to be doing what we can to improve us in years. Like you said, my guy, the target is 4th in it. So next season, you're of the belief, once a week, that should help us. Let's just say we get that. Then the following season, what happens then? We need a squad. And also, we might be playing once a week, but there's the other cups. I hear you. I agree with your logic 100%. That was something I was screaming. Then I thought about it. What am I going to sit here and say to you guys when we play once a week and we struggle? Like, if we go and lose to Burnley on tomorrow, for God forgive me and touch wood, don't let it happen. What are we going to say? Because that's playing once a week. Yeah, you can look at the Chelsea example, but I think this club will still have problems. And for me, even on the best of days, we struggle in terms of bringing people in, my dude. And I don't really care about things that I can't really talk about from a footballing point of view. But at the same time, if we do not get football, Champions League football or European football in any way, it's going to directly impact what we can do off the pitch, people, which you've all seen. We were happy we won the FA Cup for Arteta because it's winning and it was a good end to a poor season. And I'm sure people above board at Arsenal Football Club were happy. But were they necessarily happy for Arteta, for the fans, for the FA Cup? Or was it the fact of being in Europe? And what Europe gives you financially. So we're going to need every sort of pennies we can get. I do hear it, but I just feel we look at Liverpool, Liverpool, not that they weren't in it, but squad depth is a problem with theirs. They rid their luck and you see what's happening. So I agree with the logic, but I think we need to be in Europe because it's going to just set us back even further, really and truly. So yeah, love for that. Love for them questions. Let me scroll further down. I think I am missing out some. So yeah, that was you latecomers who I gave another chance to. Love for that either way. But next questions. Peter has said all-time Arsenal 11 and all-time world 11. Where's that lineup thing I used to have, man? That Curtis bust me on. Lineup build of football, because it would be better on that. Like, where's that thing Curtis bust me on? 1 second, people. I need to find that because I'd rather do it via that, man. Where you can actually see the faces and all of those sort of things. Sorry, people, man. Big up Curtis for busting me on this as well. I've used it before, but it's not coming up. Create formation. That's what it's called. Apologies, people. Create formation, just because it will make it a bit more pleasing, assuming we can do a thing. So yeah, create formation. I'm going to share my screen with you guys in a sec. So yeah, man, big up everybody tuned in. Please make sure you're hitting those like buttons. There's 147 of you locked in. Please make sure you're patting it. Ollie, I see you've got a question. Don't worry, I ain't going to miss nobody out, but we got to deal with Peter's one first. Now, formation, a part of me wants to go 4-3-3, 4-4-2. When you do these things, as you know, Peter, somebody's always going to miss out. And there's already one I think's going to miss out, man. Love for the super chat, my dude. Please don't get caught. Stay in school. Get your education. DG will be there. We'll be there later, man. Stay in school and them things there, my dude. Stay in school. 4-3-3. Should we do the Arsenal or the World 11 first? Let me do World 11 first for nostalgia. Now, casting my mind back to a kid in the early 2000s when life was easy, when it was just about Arsenal, Brazil, Ronaldinho and 50 Cent and them and then I can't lie, shout out David Beckham as well. Everyone was rocking with Beckham. Let's be real. Right back, difficult one because I want to go with Cafu. Should go with Cafu, but I'm going with my guy. I'm going with my guy, you know, revolutionized how we look at modern day football. I was an aspiring right back, and I was, you see how you got Ronaldo and Messi stains or whatever they call them? They got nothing on me and Daniel Alves. Like, man was trying to learn Portuguese and all those sort of things just to be like him. Like, Dani Alves is there for me, you know. You see what he's done at Barca. You see what he did. Modern day fullback, in it. Lam could be there, Cafu could be there, but this is my thing, people. Now, I want to go with Roberto Carlos because obviously you know what man's on. I can't lie. I was gonna put Ashley Cole there, but you know what Roberto Carlos has been on. Centre halves, whoosh. It's a gazy one. It's a gazy one. You know me, nostalgia. Like I said, what? What do you mean? There's no Tony Adams? What do you mean? There's no Tony Adams? Oh, Tony Adams. Oh gosh, no wonder because I'm typing it there. Bro, you must come find Tony Adams. No way you ain't got Tony Adams. You ain't got Tony Adams. You're taking a P. There's no Tony Adams, people. You're boying it. So I'm gonna go with my man purely because I'm a short person. He was short. He was playing centre half. He gave my motivation. So Cannavaro is definitely there. For me personally, I'm trying not to be biased towards Arsenal. So I'm going with him. I really did enjoy watching as a footballer. So you're there for me. This is where we start to have a bit of fun. I must admit, where's the cam position, man? This should be a cam. This should be a cam. Oh, anyways, man, let's go with who have I got up front first, man. You know who I'm going with up front. You know who I'm going with up front. You can't not go with Ronaldo Lima. Let's be serious. You can't not. I don't want to put him here, but you know, it's R9. You've got to get Henry in there. Look at that. Them man there have to be in there already, bro. Cherry ain't got done dirty. John Terry's a 30 person, but you know, I don't salute them boy there after the whole Anton Ferdinand business. You know, John Terry can suck his mum as far as I'm concerned. Don't give a fuck how good he was as a footballer. Forgive my language, but I love the color of my skin more, and I'm not gonna salute them boy there. So it is what it is. So yeah, this is where it gets a bit difficult. In goal, for me personally, it should be Iker Casillas. It could be you know, I want to go Iker Casillas. I want to go Buffon. I want to go Peter Cech. I want to go Van der Sar. I'm going to go Van der Sar, you know. I'm going to go Van der Sar because people forget how good he was. And he joined United late as well. And I think, you know, that defense is not getting finessed. That back five, my man, Italian defender, you know what Italians are on with defending. You're not getting past him. He's going to be marshalling this. Roberto Carlos, scoring stupid goals and going forward. Rio organizing, Van der Sar patterning, Dani Alves giving me that good craziness and randomness. R9 and Thierry Henry speak for themselves. You know, in the midfield, you gotta get the big man. You know my thing. You gotta get him in there without a doubt. We need a bit of Spanish flavor as well, so we're gonna have to get. You know the thing. We have to get Iniesta in there. It's getting a bit hard now. It's getting a bit hard. Can't leave out my man. Ideally, I wanted him to play as a 10, but we're just gonna get Ronaldinho there. There's one spot left, and it's a political one for me, people. It's a political one, but I'm gonna go with what I initially went with, and this is for me, people. So that's my world 11, people. You know, I don't think that team is losing. You got Xavi and Iniesta connecting the dots. Vieira regulating. Vieira strong bursting runs forward as well, playing 1-2s. Yaya Toure should be in there as well, but linking up with Thierry. Ronaldinho's making you look stupid. R9, you know what he's on. My defense is what's gassing me as well. This is my team, people. That's my team. To be fair with you, it's my team. Messi should be there. I'm not taking either one over Thierry Henry, 100% biased. To be fair with you, you could probably move Messi for Ronaldinho. I've tried to avoid Messi and Ronaldo because they're not human. You know, I've tried to avoid Neymar and Mbappe because you'll start seeing my biases, people. So I've gone with these lot. You know, Zidane done him dirty, but bro, who do I move out? You know, there's only 11 man can play, bro. Iniesta and Xavi, they're like a pair. You got to take them both together. They're like batteries. You can't just buy one. You know, Vieira walks in there for me. My front three is my childhood, isn't it? R9, Henry, Ronaldinho. You know, Messi is our coach. Messi should be here, but it is what it is. I don't want to drop him for no one. If anything, I might do one of these lot dirty and play a 10, and then Messi gets into the team, people. In fact, yeah, man. Xavi or Iniesta, which one of you drop out? Just because of some of your comments. Just because some of your comments. So Messi, to be fair, Messi could be playing deeper, but Messi should be playing as a 10. That's a late change. Xavi's on the bench. So that's my team change, people. To be fair, shout out to Etu, but with all due respect, my guy, I know he's your personal favorite, and Etu's up there for me, but it's no disrespect to Edu. He's not there. I could have thrown in Nedved, Zidane. There's bare man that could have been in here, but there's only 11. There's only 11. Only 11. Bergkamp as well. But, bro, if I'm real with you, I don't think Bergkamp's getting ahead of all of those three ahead of man. And I've got Messi for that creativity. So Bergkamp should be there. But yes, there, Schmeichel and Oliver Kahn could be there. Kahn should be there. But I'm going with Van der Sar. If it wasn't going to be him, I was going to actually go with Casillas. People sleeping on what Casillas was doing. Bro, I ain't got, bro, dead Terry, man. Yo. And bro, he's a prick, so he's not part of my team. This is the team of people I love. I'm not gonna be. I don't love John Terry, so you're not being part of my team. I don't care how good you are. I really don't give a crap. It's like Suarez. Suarez, amazing footballer. Suarez is one of my favorite footballers, but I'm never gonna salute him because of everything. Like simple as that. And anyone that does the derogatory thing, I'm not supporting you. John Terry could invest 100 million into Deluded, and I'd still tell him to suck something. So Terry's not in my team. It's as simple as that. Scholes was never dead. Understand ball, my dude. Don't disrespect Paul Scholes like that. Respect Scholes. And again, Scholes is another one. They like Beckham. Them man, they're just gonna have to be in my bench, people. So Pep Guardiola thing, not everyone can be there. Let me not lie, Terry could be there, but I'm having Tony Adams ahead of John Terry, and Tony Adams was gonna be here, but it's getting fingied. I don't think John Terry is better than Rio Ferdinand. Bro, I'd rather Sol Campbell than John Terry. People talk like Sol Campbell was some slouch and some dickhead on this football pitch thing. Let's be real, I'm taking them. And it's 100% that. People are just gonna have to shoot me, This Stefano, listen, Gorencia, all of these guys, shout to Baresi, shout to Beckenbauer. I would actually like to have one Ronald Koeman centre half, but I've watched Gorencia on YouTube and them things there. Shout out to Johan Cruyff, but they're not my generation in it, so I'm not just gonna sit here and I've watched extensive footage. I know all about them. I always tell you, look, Cruyff, Rinus Michels, Rinus Michels, and things like that. Sachi, these are all people that, and I'm butchering their names, but I've kind of shaped the way I've played football or looked at football. But them and they. Like I wasn't around like that in it, so I can pay respect. I can do my research. It's not levels like that. It's as simple as that, really and truly. That's it, bro. He was classed by idiot, man. Dead all of that, man. Dead all of that. First sub on the bench, Cristiano Ronaldo. Really, because again, you can only pick 11 players, but that's that team, people. That's that team. Bro, you love them. I love them too, but you, man, are on me. Someone's always like, no, you can't do this. You can't do that. How do you just delete everybody now, man? There must be a way to just start again. All right, cool. So Arsenal won now, people. Arsenal won now. Who's the manager? Bro, I'm the manager, fam. Or I might be getting some people dirty here. I'd say Sir Alex Ferguson. The manager of that team, Sir Alex Ferguson. It should be Wenger, and that's my thing, but I think Sir Alex Ferguson's winning everything with them, man. Clearing up everything, finding a way to win World Cup, even though it's a club team. Let's get into the Arsenal 11 now, people. Please make sure you're hitting the like button. The Arsenal one, due to, scare a lot of you now, even more. No sleeping on Sagna, to be fair with you. Sagna's got a case, and Sagna's... Just let me get into it first. Let me get into it. Now, it's the formation that's going to shake people. And I'm going to try not to be biased to the Invincibles, because for me, half the team would be the Invincibles. Should I go 4-4-2? I think it needs to be a 4-4-2. But let's start it anyways, people. This is going to be tough, people. This is going to be tough because I might have to leave out Dennis Bergkamp. And how can I say that? Because I'm trying not to be biased. How can I be that? Bro, you're putting pressure on me, man. You're putting pressure on me. Again, Tony Adams would be here, but it's not finding Tony Adams, people. Evidently, man is saying Tyler and Che Adams, so it's not finding Tony Adams. So it would be Sol Campbell and Tony Adams, bro. going on, man? Let me type. So, maybe Sol Campbell is one. I'm gonna leave that blank. You all know I've just said it. That should be Tony Adams. They've done him dirty in it. You know, they've really done him dirty. Personally, for me, definitely in my generation, bro, you can say what you want. He is there. You know, I can't lie. I was a fullback. He could do say what you want, but he's there. You know, certain man pick themselves into this team, as you know, with certain man. I don't need to tell you why he's also there. It's getting political, people. It's getting political. It's getting political. Very political. Because yeah, man, you gotta have Uncle there, you gotta have Big Thierry up there. Again, there should be a 10, but it's imagine there's a 10 people. It should be a 10 and two pivots, but it's not allowing me to do that formation. So Burkamp would assume the 10 position. Centre half is obviously John Terry. Oh, Sagna deserves it, to be fair with you, but well, Lauren's not being found. So Sagna, if your picture can come up, you're in the 11. Sagna, you're not there, bro. What's wrong with this thing, man? Let me throw in some new age ones as well. This thing is weird, man. And just for a bit of variety, I'm gonna have a bit of this thing won't let me have no fun with this, people. No fun at all. At all. Whoever runs these systems, please make sure you're patterning, man. I can't even I'm almost dyslexic. I can't even spell certain names, fam. So this is a mad thing. This is so hard for me. What? Who are you, brother? Oh, so yeah, you've got John Terry there. I'll go with Sagna there. You know, Lauren. I'll just so I can mix it up. Sagna right back. Tony Adams centre half. Midfield. I've tried to throw in Santi Cazorla, people, but it's not allowed me to throw in Santi Cazorla. So the 11 would be Jens Lehmann, Ashley Cole left back, Sagna right back, Tony Adams and Sol Campbell as my centre halves. A midfield trio with Dennis Bergkamp within the 10, Patrick Vieira, and Santi Cazorla just for variety. Front three probably should have went with Aubameyang. Feel sorry for Perez, but I just feel Alexis, Ian Wright, and Thierry Henry, that's a demon front three. Then nothing's happening to them really, really and truly. Man said Mustafi can fill up the role. Myth. Bro, they done him dirty. Bro, I wanted Seaman, pause, footballing sense, but they weren't finding him. Like, I don't know what going for this website. How can you not have Tony Adams there? Joke thing. Cesc Fabregas as well. I'm being a bit anti, you know, to be fair to you. I'm trying to forget about that. I had him, I had Cesc, Nasri, and him all up there. Nasri, Cesc, and Van Persie, apologies. But to be fair with you, now that you say that, I think that's got to be the team, you know. Santi, because I think people underrate how clutch Santi was. But then again, so was Cesc, you know, who set up Thierry Henry 06 at the Bernabeu. So I think that team's got everything, really and truly. Yeah, that team's got everything, man. Cesc can be doing them deep lying passes. Bergkamp's patterning the front three. Vieira's linking up with the front three and regulating. Ashley Cole's there. Sagna's there. Tony Adams and Sol Campbell regulating. Hopefully, Sol Campbell and Jens Lehmann don't try and fight each other again in my team. But apart from that, it's ready. Man said Colt Hero 11. That's difficult. I don't even think there's 11. There's 11 of them, man. Like I said, Perez, Parlour for me, Bergkamp, Overmars, Nasri, Mesut Ozil, Santi. There's bear man like Lauren, Adams. Unfortunately, bear man could have been here. Really, even Koscielny as well. To be real with you, in fact, just because Tony Adams can't be found, let me see if someone else can. Nah, Koscielny's a pagan for that thing. So, bro, the front three is what I'm focusing on. Bro, imagine. You might as well just pack up. Imagine that. You've got Alexis Sanchez never giving up. You know, you've got Henry who knows he's saucy and never getting ripped. You got Ian Wright. Bro, big up Bergkamp. Big up Gilberto, and it does need balance, but forget the balance thing, man. I'm here to see ballers. Not that Bergkamp weren't a baller, but for me, this is it. Van Persie or Aubameyang, maybe in terms of statistics, Aubameyang. But I'd say Van Persie. Sure you would, mate. Sure you would, Jay. I think your team's shit, but say what you say that in. Bro, Van Persie's I'm sorry, but you know, Van Persie was elite, but let's be real. You know, Ian Wright done it for years, Henry years, Alexis years. You know, let's be real. Van Persie had 2 real super seasons. Apart from that, he was a very talented player who obviously done madness. But yeah, man, if I'm real with you, he don't, maybe for new age people, but I don't think he walks in there ahead of Alexis. To be fair with you, he has a strong case because he walked away, he pulled us along. But I think considering longevity, I think Alexis showed me way more from moment one in a short period of time at Arsenal. I think even Aubameyang, just in terms of goals, of course, ability, Van Persie's better than Cup Bear, man. He defo doesn't talk to Ian Wright and Thierry Henry, and I'd even move Bergkamp there. But I respect opinions, man. Seaman should be there. Pause again, but again, Lehman couldn't be found. Bro, I would prefer Lauren there or Sagna, but they're getting snaked. Man said Bellerin, you're not serious. Man said Bellerin. Myth, man. Bro, you're getting pumped, man. You're getting pumped. Ian Wright smacking up Seaman in goal. Dixon is getting torn a new one by everybody on that field. Campbell, fair play. We've both got him. Adams, you can't count him because I had him and he's not being counted. I've got Vieira. I'm sorry, even with Petit, I don't think your midfield talks to Vieira, Bergkamp, and Cesc Fabregas, my guy. And Elka should be there really and truly. You know, I'll give you that. But nah, man. You're moving a bully. I'm not too sure. Bully, myth. But yeah, man, bro, they would all terrorize Bellerin. Bro, Bellerin would shit himself. Pardon my language. If he played against them, man. If I played against them, I can't lie. I'm saying to Henry and them lot, listen, I'm just gonna foul you lot. Yeah, you lot can do all your madness, but I'm just gonna foul you lot. If you lot get past me, get past me. I'm not even trying to play the normal game now. Moving away from that though, people, and the nostalgia. I keep the questions coming. That was a very good one, man. Good questions. Big up yourself, Peter. Gia said, who would you prioritize in targeting between Bissouma and Lamptey? Sorry, I always butcher his name. They're both priorities. I would say personally for me, I would say Lamptey. I'd say Lamptey purely because there's too much talk about right back, and there's been too much. Not that there hasn't been about midfield, but there's just been too much talk about Lamptey. I mean, about a right back at this club. And I with all due respect to right backs, I don't think it's a position week, year in, year out, we should be waffling about. Like, listen, how long has Bellerin been there? We've been talking about it. So I would say that, my dude. H has said, based on Arsenal's performance this season, which areas would you like strengthened, and where do you see Arsenal in the coming years? See Arsenal in the coming years, a blind man, you know, a blind man can't see that. Well, only a blind man could probably see that. I'm no fortune teller, so I don't know. More of the same, because I've seen nothing to suggest we're going to get back into the top 4 and all of these things. I would love to be wrong in that regards, but just more of the same, because until I see something different, can't really tell you I've seen something different. So I would say that personally. In terms of strengthened, evidently what we all know, right back, a couple of central midfielders, because midfield we don't have depth. There's too much speculation about futures. Really, Thomas Partey is the only one that you could say is confirmed long-term future here. So I would say they're both of, you know, we all know midfield, right back, backup left back. I would say if everything's addressed, I would like us to go for a strike, or I think Arteta would, because I don't think he's convinced with everybody's capabilities through the middle. You've also said, do you feel Arteta is the right man for the club going forward? And do Arsenal's current players have a lack of ambition? I think Arsenal's players have a lack of consistent ambition, because if they didn't, they wouldn't keep making these same mistakes and keep bottling in certain moments. Because there are things I think Arteta has to get through to you, but he shouldn't have to tell you why you should mark Jamie Vardy, why you shouldn't concede early goals and things of that nature. So yeah, man, I think that one there is saying itself. And again, you know, 38 game period, the players have to take responsibility. You know, they're the ones that consistently year in, year out, I'm not excusing Arteta, but are getting embarrassed. Are you not bored of it? Simply put. So I would say such people. So yeah, it's the same areas we already know. Do I feel he's the right man to take the club forward? I can't really answer that, because right now I'm seeing things to be very concerned. I'm seeing things that are all right. So make of that what you will. I don't really feel it's that really. I don't really feel comfortable sitting there 100% saying Arteta out, this, that, and the third. I don't feel 100% comfortable sitting there and saying he's going to do this, he's done this, he's done that, because I do think the improvements have been minimal. I do think the improvements have been good, but people need to find balance of rating the improvements and then, you know, and rating it because of how poor we used to be, and then rating it compared to a couple standards, because reality, we have improved, but we still sit 10th. We still ain't got too many clean sheets. So people lack balance when speaking about such. Liam has said, is Arteta slyly a genius, or did Arsenal get lucky today? That was 4 days ago. I don't know if he's a genius, you know. I'm sure people would say he was. I don't know. I just know he's a football manager. Live from Planet X said, who are some of the most overrated footballers in the modern game for you? I'm going to stay with one that's in the top of my head. I'd say Adama Traore, because I couldn't understand man talking about, you know, 70 million bids and all these things. And I just feel he's a one-trick pony. And I just feel when you speak about Adama, it's you're focusing more on him putting baby oil on his arms than him doing anything, really and truly. He spends too long on the floor. You know, look how strong he's built. He looks like he's just been pumping weights and he's just dropping on the floor. I think he's incredibly overrated. So I'd say him, really, off the top of my head. Live from Planet X with another good question has said, hypothetically, if you were able to walk into any club in the world and become a scout, which team would it be and why? Arsenal, first and foremost, for obvious reasons. It's the club I love and it would be a dream. Dortmund, for obvious reasons. They get all those young players. Manchester City, because it must be fun being a scout there and the whole monopoly of clubs they have. Stuttgart, because I like what Mislintat is doing. So yeah, man, I'd say that. Barca, of course. I'd like to be a scout for any reputable club, really. So that's an easy question. 1-1 has got some questions. He said, have Edmonton been winning? You need to ask them. I don't give a fuck about that team. What else have you said? How did you come to an understanding with Edmonton management? What understanding? I'm not too sure you're on about, and forget them, man. You've also said, why do you think Arteta is afforded so much patience and Emre wasn't? Emre was afforded a lot of patience. If you remember, before he got sacked, there was talk of a new deal. But I do agree with you that it just feels like Arteta doesn't have, beyond the obvious, any real pressure on him, because you've got an absent owner, you've got Edu who's learning his job and equally free to his devices. There's not one singular pillar that I can look at and say that's what Arsenal represent. In the playing staff, only Tierney and Saka give me that feeling. Above board, I don't really get that, man. I don't know who told you I went back, boy. I don't know who told you that. I ain't got nothing to say on them, boy. There and there. You know what it is? It's not even the management. It's certain. Remember I told you about admin have to stay to doing admin and not do the footballing thing. Certain people that have never had a love for football are in charge of things. But long to them and they are fifth. Good luck. Right. Less said on them, man, the better. You said, what do you make of this new crop of English-born players that are now coming forward to play for Jamaica? First and foremost, until they confirm that they're playing, you know, until they confirm that they're playing, then it's all a myth for me. Really and truly, all 100% a myth. Again, until you sign it, especially when I look at Holgate, when I look at Mason Holgate, a part of me just feels the minute Southgate calls him and said, listen, I was joking, you can get a call up, he's going to snake it. But of course I would love it. I would love a lot of dysphoria nations need to copy what Nigeria do, in that, you know, Nigeria are making them pick Nigeria for Nigerian reasons, not necessarily, like, let's be real, some of these guys might not get in the England team, so then they're coming to us. But I'll take it, man. You know, I'm all for it. I'm all for Ivan Toney, you know, Mikel Antonio, Mason Holgate. Bro, we need to just tap up any of them players, any of them. But certain man are not going to play for it, innit? But I would like to see it, man. I would love Jamaica to reach a World Cup, but without the players, you can't do it, can you? It'd be a vibe. So is what it is. You've also said, who is the best young talent that hasn't gathered mainstream attention and could be snapped up by Arsenal cheap, in your opinion? You've put me on the spot, so I can't actually answer that, really and truly. You lot think I'm some mad encyclopedia. I'm not. I'd have to go back to my scouting and things. For me, I would say Karim Adeyemi, but is he cheap? You'd have to ask Salzburg. Sean, big up yourself. You've said, from what you have seen from Tyrese John Jules, do you think he could play the Lacquer role? And if so, how effectively? How far do you think he could be from pushing for the first team? Where do you think his ceiling is compared to others in the roster, barring injuries? Listen, I'm not one for ranking. In regards to how far Tyrese John Jules can go in the game, it's down to him and it's down to fate. I think he's got the potential to be a player for Arsenal. I think he can score goals. I think he can do that Lacazette deep lying role very well. You know, he can play make. I think he's got it all. In relation to potential and ceilings, Just for you lot to answer. I'm just commenting on the player. I think he's a good player. I don't think he's far off the first team. I would like to see him get chances next season. It is what it is in that regards. The only problems he's had are injuries, but the talent is there. You've also said, would you like us to go back in the summer for Samore rather than Bissouma as a long-term replacement for Partey? Bit of different players. I would like Bissouma or Partey, or sorry, I would like Bissouma or Samore to play with Partey. So I don't think that answers that. You said another question is, why do you think Bayern get such great transfer fees for players that obviously should cost more? I don't know if I'm missing something, because they've got principles and morals. They're not going to pay overpaid, you know, in certain aspects. So I'd say that. You said, what player do you think Arsenal should buy who has a high ceiling but isn't highly rated right now? Again, very tough one. And I'd go back to saying Karim Adeyemi, because people are taking him in, but it is what it is. I don't know for football encyclopedia, my guy. I'm just a man who loves football. It's very difficult when you, man, put me on the spot, man. You know, and I don't rate that either, bro. That's one thing that annoyed me, you know. One thing I rate Emery, you know, especially when you look at British managers, and maybe not so much British players because of the young ones now, but they always want to mock someone. But when you go over to these places, you don't learn the language, you know. It's crazy. Emery, from the second, he said, it sounds funny, but he said, I'm watching Peaky Blinders. He tried to learn English. He made a big case of not letting the translator trying to say things. And I really respected that. Now, you know, there's a fine line between banter, which it started off with Emery, and then it became a bit too much. And like I said, like Nine says, you can't mock a foreign brother if you only speak one language, really and truly. You know, I really respect that from Emery. Really respect that from Emery. So he's unfortunate and done dirty in that regards. Really done dirty. Bro, he said he's watching. Bro, don't you remember? He said he was watching Peaky Blinders. That's where he's picking up the English from. That's literally what Emery said. And I was like, all right, cool. Do your thing. Stylish has said, who do you think will finish in the European spots? Well, things are gonna change, but Stylish, big up yourself as well, and just on time. You know, you must have felt your ears burning. But I would say, you know, right now, I'm saying personally, it's difficult because I think about 5 or 6 teams for 4 places. But I would say obviously City are first. Obviously, I think Chelsea are gonna sneak up on second, so I'm gonna say Chelsea. Something tells me United, regardless, United are just gonna be there. United are just gonna be there. Like, so I'd say United. But saying that, you know, United look a bit shaky. I think Leicester are gonna be there. But saying that, Leicester have been looking a bit shaky the last 2 games, and they did mess it up last time in the last game of the season. At Liverpool, I do think on one hand Liverpool are gonna be there, but they're slowly slipping out of that race. You can't knock Everton and West Ham, of course. So I would say right now, with my heart, I think the only places I would say is decided. I'd say for me, I think Chelsea are going to be there. I think City are going to be there. I'd say only them two, really and truly, man. You know, and I do think, I don't know, because I think Liverpool and United are going to be there. I also think Leicester are going to make it. So that's 5 already for 4 players. I don't truthfully know, my dude. I don't truthfully know. I'd say Chelsea and City are the ones definite, man. Your funniest video ever was the one about Emery's ex-girlfriend talking about him in England. Bro, his girlfriend was moving mad, Joe. Man, what did he call her? He called her a witch or something, did it? Emery was moving mad. But yeah, Stylish, like you said, but it's you know, it's a mad one. I don't know what's happening in that regards, but yeah, man, that's what I would say. You know, West Ham, Chelsea, Leicester, they're all doing well. And this is why I get onto Arsenal, because we're only not in, I've only not mentioned us, and we're only, mathematically we are, but we're only not realistically in the shouts because of ourselves. You get it? In a mad season, this is why I'm so harsh on them, because we're not really in there. We're relying on other teams, really. You've also said, what would you say is a non-negotiable for the summer transfer window in terms of ins and outs? Having in mind it's the Euros this summer, so it'll be harder to do deals. Well, for me, bro, drop your question in here, Jamie. Drop your question in here. I'm not going to be able to see that, my dude. But you threw me off. Let me read your question again. Non-negotiables, brother. For me, I don't care how you do it. You need to bring in a centre midfielder. You need 2, but I know the club ain't going to bring in 2. You need a centre midfielder for me. There's no way around it. You need someone that can play with Partey. If Cedric or Bellerin or whoever of these guys, if they don't lock down that fullback position, you need a right back. You need a backup left back minimum. You need a midfielder, and you need to sort out your centre halves. Those are the non-negotiables for me, first and foremost, to start with. Like you said, there's obviously COVID. There's obviously problems in terms of the Euros, and there's a whole heap of things. But this is why being proactive is important. This is why the minute the window shut in October, our business towards January, which probably was Odegaard, and beyond that, which is this year, should have been done right now. So yeah, big up yourself, Liam, as well. I appreciate you. So it is where it is in that regards, people. I'm not gonna sit here and cap. I've finished all your questions, people. I've ran through them. Big up everybody. Keep the questions coming, man. We got time for a bit more, people. You know, let's make this an hour before I quickly come off, and then we go again at 12:30. Please make sure you're checking out the pinned message. We go again, people. So yeah, get the questions in. There's nothing else really and truly. Let me check the likes that were on. Big up the Twitch gang as well for those of you preying in and taking man in. It's appreciated. And I'm appreciative. 125 likes. Keep on rolling, people. Keep on rolling. There's 173 of you. So some of you are being lazy. Absolute lazy. Once again, Jamie, I'm asking for your question, my guy. Ooh. Like AM said, hit the like button. Non-football related. What's your favorite Nines tape? It's got to be Church Road to Hollywood. I gotta look because you know what it is with the Nines tape, like it's certain songs are on certain tapes. So I would say Church Road to Hollywood first and foremost. I'd say Church Road to Hollywood. Gone to November was Mesto. So was Loyal to the Soil. So is One Foot In and One Foot Out. So is Crop Circle. And so is Crabs in the Bucket. And Nina's sick, man. He's got a wavy name as well. Nina, you're Arsenal fan. Come mess with the guy, man. I see you chatting to all these other Arsenal fans, bro. I need that collab. There's only certain man. I'm not on the groupie thing, but I'll be shameless if Nine's here, bro. I'm like, Nine, so let me wear that shape, my brother. Take it off, dog. I ain't finna go down go shop with this and then mad things happen. But I would say it's difficult, my guy. Look, you can't see, but look, very different ones. I would say Church Road to Hollywood. I'd say Church Road to Hollywood. I'd say Church Road to Hollywood still. Church Road to Hollywood. It's a difficult one. It's a very difficult one. It's a difficult one. No, man. You got to pay homage to the olden but golden ones, man. Ollie said, I have a good mate who believes Arteta can win the league in 5 years. Bit vague, but what do you think about that? Well, anyone can win anything in 5 years. As long as Arteta can learn from his mistakes and he's backed up, anything's possible. But I have seen no evidence, not just at Arteta, but to say Arsenal is not shaping up to be a club that's going to win the league in 5 years because we're not doing the building blocks. So, yeah, I'd say that, man. Jay has said, which non-homegrown players would you prioritize getting rid of to create squad spaces? Well, you've already saved Bellerin with that, innit? You've already saved Bellerin with that. I need to look at the team, bro. I need to look at the team. Bro, shout out to you lot for these questions, man. I welcome these questions, but some of them are elite. Like, they probably put man on the spot. I need to look at the squad first and foremost, my guy. Runnison realistically isn't going to be moved on, but I'd say Runnison. You said homegrown in it, so I can't really mention certain man. I'd say David Luiz by that. Ceballos, I probably wouldn't make it permanent unless it's mad cheap. El Nene goes without saying. I'd consider the Xhaka one. I know, my guy. That's why I said you save Bellerin. I can't get at Bellerin. I'd move on Willian. Lacazette's future has to be decided. In terms of homegrown, there isn't too many. I mean, non-homegrown, there isn't too many you can move on. The other ones that need to go are bait. You know, Kolasinac probably be moved on, as will Torreira. Mavropanos, who knows what's going to happen in that regards. Guendouzi, it seems like he's gone. So that's that. If we're talking about homegrown players, then Bellerin needs to be the first out the door. I don't have a problem with Chambers, but in terms of kicking on your career, it probably isn't going to happen here. So you probably need to be moved on. Maitland-Niles, Joel Willock. Again, I agree. We shouldn't be looking to just cast off all of the homegrown ones, but Maitland-Niles, Reece Nelson, Eddie Nketiah, you know, a lot of these guys' futures are in speculation, man. I appreciate, hey, Julian, big up yourself for becoming a member. And I'm really appreciated that you enjoyed the Spotify podcast. Please make sure you're checking out the Deluded podcast on Spotify and Apple. It's actually my favorite thing. What's your recommended Caribbean dish? Well, it's difficult when you grow up with it. So it's difficult, but obviously you can't go wrong with some jerk chicken. You can't go wrong with some roti. Can't go wrong with some curry goat. You can't go wrong with some oxtail, you know. Can't go wrong with a lot of stuff, man. A lot put me on the spot, man. You know, if you're talking about drinks, then obviously you got the rum punch. I'm a big Moby fan. It's the Bayesian in me. And what's the other thing, man? Sorrow as well. The JA in me. So yeah, man. We got treats for everybody, man. You got treats, man. You can't go wrong with a patty and cocoa bread either. You can't go wrong with a patty and cocoa bread. You can't go wrong with dumplings. Jamaicans, don't shoot me, but I can't lie. I think other Caribbean regions got better dumplings, and that's me saying it as well. I'm never gonna say that again. Let's delete this, man. And this is it as well, man. Planting is elite as well, and it's like he said, you know, certain people can only make certain things, but us Caribbean folks will always complain about other things, man. We'll always complain, man, about something. Ackee and saltfish, you can't go wrong. Really can't go wrong. Places I want to travel and see. Difficult one, my guy. Caribbean, want to go to a lot of regions. Like, obviously, I'm of Jamaican and Bajan heritage, Jamaica and Barbados, if you don't know what I'm talking about. But I would like to go, I can't lie, I'd like to go Grenada, I'd like to go Trinidad, you know, I'd like to go Guyana, you know, the carnivals, everywhere that's running them carnivals, I'm reaching. Bro, so I'd say that. All over the Caribbean. I would even the little French islands of the Caribbean, like them sides that Henri and that's from, like the Guadelupes and stuff like that. I don't know too much about that, so I'd say there. I know it's in South America, but I would like to go to Suriname. Would like to go back to America. Would like to go to Canada. There's not too many places I don't want to go to. Really and truly, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a bit weird with traveling. Let me be real, because you know, I like to feel comfortable in it. Like, I don't want to go nowhere and be looking like some outsider. So I would say that, my guy. That's what I said. You know, the bakes are better than the dumplings. I can't lie, but you know, the JA tugs are gonna get onto me, so I ain't gonna say nothing. Can't go wrong with that either. You know, Trini Carnival's the next thing as well. You know, shout out to the Trinidads in the chat as well. I see a lot of Trinidad ones. So yeah, man. Hey, my guy. Hey, shout out to the coach and the skilly things. Crocodile teeth, without a doubt, fam. We see when we're allowed in the raves again, and I hear that, and I'm off the rain now. My word. My word. I'm actually gonna believe man's got that in my pocket and I'm ready to blast it at someone if they act like it's crazy. Hey, shout out to you. Is that you? Yeah, you got the flavors, girlfriend, and that. Shout out to you, live from Planet X. You're getting a curry goat and them thing there. Shout out to you. Hey. Bro, I've got a Grenadian friend, and I don't like to praise Grenada because he always gets on to Jamaica, and I know he's listening to this, but I do want to hit Grenada. I know how you lot stay with all that black paint all over yourselves, and you know, one thing I'll give to them Grenadians, yeah, they never get tired. At Carnival, they never get tired. Aye, man, I hear it's a nice country, full play, but listen, people are watching. Whoever's got, there's nice women everywhere. I'm not going for that. Disclaimer to certain people watching. I'm not involved. Let's stay football, man. Hey man, I will, but there ain't nothing to see. For me, anyways, there's nothing to see in London. Definitely not in North London. There ain't nothing on 4th Street, Edmonton, Tottenham, all of these surrounding. There ain't nothing here for you. So you need to go up to them other ones, man. Bro, it doesn't matter, man. It don't matter. You're in Australia, but there must be a yard shop there. Let's go and try that, mate. You think bro, shout out to the Spurs fans, because I live on 4th Street. I see them going jerkies and that. I see good old Dave getting his jerk chicken and that. So you have to just try things sometime. Nah, man. My knowledge on Nigerian food is on the floor, apart from jollof. I don't know in it because it's not my culture, but I'm on trying everything, man. So it is where it is in that regard. So yeah, is there any more questions? Let's get a couple more in. I don't want to leave you lot yet. Please make sure you're hitting the like button, and you're also going to be at the next live stream, 12:30, people. 12:30. It's a busy day for DG. The grind don't stop. And then tomorrow we're live, and again. There's no days off in this thing. Any more questions? If there's none, we'll lock it off then, because we've been in here in over an hour. Please keep running up the likes, people. River has said favorite drinks and food combo for a Friday night. Well, lately, it's actually been a dumpling burger from Chicken Kitchen, really and truly. So I'd say lately that really can't go wrong with that. I'd say lately it's been that. Top 5 artists. Big up my moderators and my guy Sandro. Top 5 artists you think no one is checking for enough? On the spot, it's difficult. I think C1 in the UK can blow. I was having this conversation again the other day. I think AK and 6-7 could blow. I think SR from Brixton could blow. A couple rappers still. In America, there's a couple. Hey, man. Don't forget to subscribe as well, man. You dropped an Arsenal thingy. Let me go. I'll scroll further up for that, man. What are you saying? Do you rate any? I rate all of them, but it's going to be difficult breaking into Arsenal at first team level. They're all 20. There's a bag of, they're all fighting each other. They're all learning. You know, we've got a couple of, the centre half is clouded above them. And when you look at it, Saliba's same age and will take priority. You know, Gabriel's couple years older. Mavropanos might come back, who's around them same ages. So if Arsenal are going to throw a hat on and say, you know what, Mavropanos, Saliba, Gabriel's a bit more experienced, but generally they're all sort of raw like that. I know what you know what I'm getting onto. As a manager, you know, you only want to have some more experienced centre halves and have one centre half that you train. So you'd have them three, plus you had Holding who's still learning. You need a bit of experience, so you probably will bring another centre half. You're not going to throw a bone to the likes of Ballard, McGuinness, and Clark. And I think definitely for Ballard, she'd be given a chance. McGuinness is, very good on the ball, and I like Clark. I think they're all going to have careers, but it's and throw Medley into that as well. I think it's unfortunate, man. It's unfortunate, bro. It's really unfortunate. I've enjoyed doing this with you, man. I've enjoyed doing this with you guys as well. Chicken Kitchen, my guy, Chicken Kitchen. It ain't in North, it's in West still. I don't know if it's in South or East. I just went to the one in West, in it. The one in Acton. So it is what it is. It's all right still. It don't matter, man. It don't matter. Just make sure at the next one. I've banged it out too much, though. It's a bit meaty right now. It's a bit meaty, but we move. I'm trying to find that. Where's bro? Whoever asked the Arsenal question. Oh, sorry, my guy, Jamie. I found it. What area of our style of play would you like to see us develop next season? For me, I want to see us consistently get the ball from defense to attack reliably, even without Partey in the team. I'd say that. I'd like us to be able to. It's kind of that. I want us to. The one thing that pees me off is breaking down low blocks, because we can't break it down. We ain't got players that can, and we're very slow. So, like you said, I want it to become a minimum where I'm not praising us for doing that. I would like us to collectively, as a team, be able to follow runners. And I would say, I don't know if it makes sense, but the sequence of play, it's like, how do I make it make sense? 9 times out of 10, there is one person's mistake, but there's a sequence of play. Do you get it? It's like, I'm trying to find an example. All right, boom. You see Leicester, the goal we conceded. It's Xhaka's fault fundamentally because he's lost the ball. But this is what I mean about the sequence of play. Xhaka's made the mistake. El Nene and Maria not closing down the space. Do you get it? These are the things that when one man makes a mistake, can we nip it in the bud, sort of thing. That's one thing I would like to see rubbed out. So I would say that. I would say that. To be fair, I ain't glid past in a minute. I'm not too sure. Of course, I'll be watching that. I appreciate the praise. Hackney. Well, Hackney's gentrified now. There's probably a time where I got on through Hackney wasn't the thing, man. So, yeah, man. I'm going to have... Bro, there's no time for the rewind because in less than half an hour, we go again, people. So, yeah, I'm going to wrap this one up. We're over an hour. We're back again at 12:30. I've set something up on YouTube. So, when this live stream finishes, it should redirect is the word, redirect you or direct you to a new stream, people. So if that's not going to happen, check out the pinned message, please, people. Information for the next live stream, which will talk focusing more on Arsenal in a second. Obviously, tomorrow is watch along business. So even if you're not going to be there, hit the likes, try drive up the engagement. It's been a fantastic Q&A, members Q&A. I appreciate all of you lot. Please make sure you're checking the community tab, members, for when I'm asking your questions. No question is stupid. I'll answer anything. I'll answer anything. So yeah, man, I really appreciate you lot, man. Cam, it's done you dirty, bro. I don't know what. YouTube don't like me. YouTube keeps not allowing you lot to that my videos are out. It's a shag, but it is what it is. And like Peter has said, you say safe for the content, bro. I say safe for tuning in and giving a damn about it, really. So I'll catch you all at 12:30. But for now, guy needs to use the toilet, get some water, and we go again. So on that note, people, DG, I'm out. If you ain't hit the like button, hit that like button, please. Drive up the engagement. One love.